Sarah Qasim, there you have it. Britain that occupied your country as a colonial asset, treated your people with real brutality as late as the 1960s when the Beatles were #1 in the hit parade. We were shooting down Yemenis in the Crater district in Aden. Did it come as a shock to you that we might be back to our old tricks?
Not really. I mean, in fact, probably British will know the ways how to be in Yemen. They will know probably more ways than Saudis and UAE. They know the region very well. It's quite sad, though, because it's in the expense of civilians. In Yemen, people are at the brink of a famine. So if this hasn't moved people's heart and the government here to take action, that really shocks me because of the stage that Yemen is right now.
And then there's the Human Rights Watch report that in the very airport where our soldiers are allegedly based, there is widespread use of torture, disappearance, the whole 9 yards of extraordinary rendition and all of the brutality that we saw in Afghanistan, we saw in Iraq. It's happening in your country in an airport where we're based.
Yes, and really and truly, they don't have the right to be there because the Houthis are not there. They are on the north in Sana'a. So there is no reason for the British troops or the Saudis to be there unless if it's for other reasons.
Well, let me posit to one reason, and the reason I happen personally to believe. The British are there to assist the secession of South Yemen, the return to the status quo ante before the reunification of the country. In other words, the partitioning of your country for selfish reasons so that they can control the gateway to the sea.
Yes, and the partition, it's only going to be in favor for British and Saudis and other countries that want these to take over Yemen.
Sarah, you've heard your country described by, in this case, a quotation of your former president as snakes whose heads have to be danced upon. We've heard about tribalism and sectarianism and complexities and so on. Is that how it all looks to you as a Yemeni?
As a Yemeni, everybody that have governed Yemen has been the wrong people because they have not been elected to govern Yemen. They have destroyed the country. They've sold it out. They've sold the country out. I cannot say we have the right government.
You'd include Ali Abdullah Saleh in that?
Of course, yes. Look where Yemen is now and how he left Yemen by the hand of Houthis. Everybody that has a charge on Yemen, sadly, have destroyed Yemen. So I would blame the government, our government, before anyone else because they've sold it out, they've sold us out. I am not with the division of Yemen. I still hope that if the British government will get involved in anything, that would be to bring peace to Yemen.
How distant does that seem to you now?
There is hope. Every Yemeni back there has hope that Yemen will come back.
But is it rational hope or just blind faith?
Blind faith. But we believe something will come up, something will happen. If you hear how young people speak about the future there, you'll be surprised that they're going through all of this and yet they are fighting. It's just that we're waiting for the right people to take the chance to lead us. And to everybody else that there, leave us alone, leave the country. Just look where we are now. We need to live, we need to survive. By this stage, humanity should come up before anything else because people are literally dying there.